Somewhere on Earth tonight, a mother is singing softly to a baby in her arms. She doesn't know it, but she is singing almost exactly the way mothers have sung for tens of thousands of years, across every continent, in every language ever spoken by human beings. Her melody is slow. Her rhythm is simple. Her voice rises and falls in a particular pattern her baby responds to, even though the baby has never heard the song before. And right now, across the world, thousands of other mothers are singing songs that share the same hidden structure. Songs in Mandarin and Yoruba and Quechua and Finnish and Hebrew and Inuit. Languages that have had no contact for thousands of years, that nevertheless feel almost identical once you strip away the words and listen to the shape underneath. This is not a coincidence. It's one of the most extraordinary patterns in human behavior, and it points to something about the very beginning of our species. In 2020, a team at Harvard's music lab, led by the psychologist Samuel Mayer, published a study in Nature Human Behavior. They played foreign lullabies to American infants, songs from the Highland Scots, from Pacific Islanders, from rural African villages, melodies the babies had never heard, in languages no one in the room understood, and every single infant relaxed. Their heart rates dropped, their pupils contracted. They calmed exactly as they would have if their own mother had sung to them. When the researchers played non-lullaby songs from the same cultures, songs for dancing or working, the babies did not relax. The effect was specific. The infants could somehow tell, without language, without prior exposure, without any cultural framework, that they were being sung to. They recognized the lullaby, the way human babies have recognized it for as long as there have been human babies. The same team built something larger. They assembled ethnographic records of music from 315 societies and recordings of 118 songs from 86 cultures across 30 regions. Then they asked a simple, devastating question. Could adults in unrelated cultures identify which song was a lullaby without understanding the words? The answer was an overwhelming yes. Listeners with no musical training, from cultures completely disconnected from the ones producing the songs, identified lullabies more than 80% of the time. The conclusion forced itself out of the data. Music is not only culture, some part of it is biology, shared by every human being on the planet, and the lullaby is the clearest example we have. So what is the lullaby really? When researchers analyzed lullabies across cultures, the same features appeared again and again. They're slower than other songs from the same culture. Their melodies are simpler and more predictable, with a smaller range of pitches. They use descending patterns that mirror the natural fall of the voice at the end of a calm exhalation. They rely on repetition, returning to the same phrase, and they're sung in what musicologists call infant-directed register. The slightly higher, slower, more melodic version of speech adults instinctively shift into when speaking to babies in every language on Earth. Every one of these features can be measured. Everyone shows up across cultures. And combined, they produce a sound the infant brain has evolved to recognize as safety. The lullaby is not a song. It is a biological signal, and it predates every word that has ever been spoken. Because the lullaby may be older than language itself, there's a growing body of evidence that something researchers call musilanguage came first. A kind of melodic vocalization, halfway between music and speech, that let mothers and infants bond before words existed. Before our ancestors had nouns, before verbs, before names for things, they were singing to their babies. The lullaby may be one of the very first things human beings ever did with their voices, beyond simple cries. Older than questions, older than promises, older than warnings, older than any sentence you have ever spoken in your life. But why did it evolve at all? For hunter-gatherers, an infant who couldn't be calmed was a danger to the entire band. A crying baby attracted predators. A crying baby could give away the location of a hidden group. The mothers whose voices could reliably calm their babies were the mothers whose babies survived. And the babies whose nervous systems responded to those voices lived to grow up and have children of their own. Across hundreds of thousands of years, this selected for a precise pairing, a maternal voice that knew how to soothe, and an infant nervous system that knew how to be soothed by it. We are the descendants of that pairing. We are the children of the calmers and the calmed, and we still carry that ancient circuit. When you hear a lullaby today, even as an adult, even with no baby in the room, your nervous system softens slightly. Researchers have measured it. The lullaby works on you too, because the same brain that responded to your mother's voice when you were 2 months old is still inside you. It just rarely gets the song anymore. And here's what should stay with you. Almost everyone watching this was sung to as a baby. You don't remember it. You can't. Those first months live below conscious recall, in a region that stores feelings without stories. But the song is still in there. Somewhere in your nervous system is a record of the specific melodic contours someone used to calm you when you were too small to understand language. You may never bring it to conscious memory, but the calm it produced is still in you. People who hear lullabies in adulthood, especially during grief or stress, often report a sensation they can't quite explain. A loosening, a return to something, a feeling of being held by something old that no longer exists in physical form. They're not imagining it. The voice that sang it may be gone. The melody may be lost. But the architecture that listened is still inside you, and it never stopped waiting to be sung to. If that idea moved you, a like genuinely helps this reach someone who'd feel the same thing tonight. So the next time you hear someone humming to a baby, in a language you know or one you don't, pay attention to what happens in the room. The softening of attention, the slowing of breath, the strange peacefulness that seems to come from nowhere. You're witnessing one of the oldest rituals our species has ever performed, older than nations, older than religions, older than words. We don't have one universal song. We have one universal way of singing. And it's still working tonight, in millions of rooms across the world, exactly the way it worked 100,000 years ago. In the comments, do you remember any song someone sang to you when you were very young? Even a fragment, even just a feeling without the words? And tell me the city you grew up in. I think the same melodies are going to echo back from places that have never touched. Read the replies after you write yours. Some of them are going to make you call someone. Subscribe to keep learning about the parts of being human we share with every person who has ever lived.